Hello. Hello, everybody. Get a little bit closer here. So I have some orange in my hand. It's just I was helping the kids to spray paint and it leaks everywhere. So please don't pay attention to it. I worked on the symmetry a little bit. Like I didn't do this side on live stream. Go even closer. So I worked a little bit on the symmetry without changing the features from this side. Because usually what I do when I'm actually sculpting without a class, I work on one side and then I do the symmetry. But if there's anything that I do in this side that I like better than what I got in this side, then instead of changing this side, then I'll change this side to match that side because it turned out better. But in this case, I didn't do that. I just tried to follow this side so I wouldn't change anything that I did in class with you guys. So you actually get to watch all the process. Before I start, does anybody have any questions? You guys can also join, hola, you guys can also join the Facebook group, not the chat. The chat is private for the patron students, but the group is open. You just need to ask to join. It's a Facebook group. The name is the Juliana Lupine Online Classes Online, something like that. And everybody's sharing their result, like they're posting their, hello Russia, they're posting their sitting bull after each class so we can see each other progress, and that kind of like keep us stimulated to keep on going, because sometimes we feel frustrated and we want to give up, so we kind of help each other through in this group. So you're welcome to join. And if you do want to be part of the group chat that where we exchange messages all the time, then you have to, then this is private for the patron students, so you just need to join monthly payment of $10, and you also get access to all my previous classes that are available there. You can also join my Patreon just to support my work, or you can join the YouTube channel too as well to support my work. And the classes are available here too. Well, we'll just go ahead and read. It's all explaining there if you click on the join the channel. So any question about the sculpting process before we start making some changes here? No questions? Well, I'm gonna go ahead, and if there's any questions, you guys can always try to talk to me during explanation. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to read. That's why I always ask in the beginning. Hello. All right. So now that we did pretty much a face, right? We have all the features. We have a nice face. Like, I mean, I saw all the students and everybody's doing just like me. They have what I have pretty much, obviously with some different changes on the features because everybody gives its own special style and the way that they see him. But everybody that is with me on class 4, starting class 4 today, have a full face with all the features ready. And it already looks like him. A lot. I'm not going to say just a little bit because it looks a lot. But now is the time that we have to start looking at small details. That's the phase of the small details. And even though they are all small details, the difference on the portrait is gigantic. So this is a face, but it's still not a full portrait. Hi, Marcia. Because we didn't add all the details to be a good portrait. I mean, it's a portrait, but it's still not there. So the small details phase is the one where you get this face to look like that face, much more than what we have right now. I like to work this phase with my lenses, which is, let me show you guys this one that is very old and broken, and I put elastics in here to stay. That's my second one that it's already broken. I think I have a big head, or it's just not like an amazing quality, but it's really good because it's light. I like because it's light, and it really makes the size of everything much bigger and easier to see. And let's see if I can show you guys how good it is. And then you can, you know, you look at the eye and you can see all the small details with it. And it's really good. It comes with different lenses, and you can, I already even glue two together to be able to bring it bigger. But I don't have good eyes, so you might not need that. So, okay, so what I do for the small details is I look at the face and I try to see what's wrong, what is different. And like just by looking, we can already see like something always pops up really fast to us. And whatever I will see is not going to be the same as you will see, and everybody sees something, right? So whatever I see first that it's like more obvious, this is what I'm going to work on. So when I look to my face, what I see that is very different is this area here. I don't know if that's the same as what you guys saw. You guys can tell me, feel free to tell me. But what I saw big was here. Not just because he has the wrinkles, but because this part here is changing his eyes expression. You see? He looks kind of, he's bringing his muscles in. Not mad, but very serious, you know, like a hard face expression that this one doesn't have. And what is lacking to make this face expression happen is this area here. To make like, it looks like he's pressing his eyes down a little bit. And this is too smooth and soft. It doesn't give us that feeling. Okay, so that's on the front view, and then I'm gonna take a look at on the side view too, because if I'm gonna work on forehead, I wanna make sure that I also know how much I can go with the profile change here, just this view. Hola. Well, again, my face is farther, so it's gonna be a little bit bigger, so I have to use your imagination. Or what we can do too is, let me show my computer here. So this is my computer, and what we can do too, like just an idea, is try to zoom the same size and put your face right there, matching the picture, and then remove and put it again, and that's gonna help. Or let me get a little bit smaller, this is too big. Or go with the picture like this, try to match up the sizes and put it in front, right there. You can see the forehead can go a little bit higher right there, see? There. It's missing some right here. So it's not on the front, it's right here, but on the front we can also add volume. Here's not going to change. To check that in the center, we have to check the profile, the full profile that I don't have in my computer. I couldn't find it, but we have it in here, this one. Okay, so knowing that, I can work on the forehead. I can choose what I'm gonna do first, if it's gonna be this part or that part, or I can even kind of like do both at the same time. I'm gonna work on this part first, just because it's the part that is bothering me the most, the lack of face expression. And this is just number one detail that I see like very easy. There's other things, let me just point it out, all the other things that I notice here. This line around the eyes is a little bit more triangle than what I got here. A little bit, not much. I think my lips are coming down too much here. His is more like, this curve is not as closed as mine. Mine looks sad. His he looks just serious, and mine looks upset. So this line can come a little bit less, drop in here. Can bring it up a little bit and reduce the curve. So I'm just pointing out, I'm not gonna do the full change right now. And this is what you have to do. You have to look at him and see all the differences. We also didn't work on that little tip that we have to add to the nose here on the side view. After I changed the the lips. Oh my, I got myself all black now. I don't know where this came from. I think my tool was dirty with paint. Let me just get myself cleaned up a little bit here, because I don't want to get my sculpture all dirty. So once I bring this part of the wrinkle a little bit higher, then I will check on the distance where these wrinkles start disappearing. I think mine is coming too much down here, see? And his disappears a little bit before. So it's just these very small details that we have to pay attention. I think the bottom lip here also, it's not quite similar. I think I could kind of bring his lip more in like that and let it come out here a little bit. So it's very, very small details that as we work, we get the face to look much more like his. I could maybe open his eyes a little bit more too, especially in the center here. Like that. So this is like the observation part. We really have to observe, 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 and, you know, show to other people. Sometimes the person that you don't even expect that have a good eye, they will see something and it's like, oh yeah, this is more like that, this is more like that. So there are some secrets to be able to see better. And well, first thing is like look a lot, look in every angle possible so you can find little things to change, little details to change. Second thing is look through a mirror. That is also very helpful. I don't know why, but when you look through a mirror, I think you change the way you look at it, and then you can see more things that can look more like him. And then something else is if you can't see anything different and you still look at it and you can't see him, put it away for like 3 or 4 days. Let your eyes rest a little bit from it, and then look at it again and do like a reevaluation. Before, like obviously you can always ask to other people. Okay, so this is kind of the steps. So now let's go to the pratic and start with the clay. I hope I didn't get, because I got some black paint in here. So to add this part here, I think also there's like a kind of like a hole in here that it doesn't, I don't like it. Pictures also work because you also look at it on a different, you lose the 3D, right? So you lose you lose the depth. So you put it flat and it helps you to, it tricks your brain and it helps you to see other things too. Because when you're looking on the 3D, you're seeing the 3 dimensions, then you see different. So I'm gonna put a little drop in here just to get rid, because I have like a very, you see, I put the eyebrows and I got kind of like a hole in here that it doesn't exist. You can see there's actually volume in between here, and mine has a hole. So I'm gonna add some volume, and then just so I don't lose the symmetry too much, I'm gonna try to add the drop shape so it kind of spreads around equally. This way. And as I will start spreading, to be sure that I won't change his profile too much, or if I change, I will change for the right way to do. I'm going to keep his profile here and make sure that I'm going to follow it. Let me get another tool here. Just make sure it's clean. And I'm going to start blending in with my clay and making like rounded. Slowly I'll go down to bring more volume here to the forehead. So you don't bring volume if yours is not in need. Make sure to observe yours to see if this is necessary to add more clay or not. Maybe yours is necessary to remove clay, who knows, right? So make sure that you will take a look at yours and not just try to copy what I'm doing. Okay, so now I got rid of the hole. The eyebrow here did not change. So what I'm gonna do here is gently blend in with the eyebrow, My daughter always gets embarrassed when I say eyebrow. It's like, Mom, it's not eyebrow. Okay, and I will slowly get it all blended in without changing the shape of the eyebrow. So look, as I get here, I blend it in, but you can still see if I can show in an angle. You can still see like the curve that I put in here. As it reaches the eyebrow, it goes in a little bit and out for the eyebrow to form. But it's very slight, like very light, but you can still see the difference on the volumes here, like you can see. Because as I blend in, I made sure to don't change the shape of the eyebrow because I already liked it. If I didn't like it before, and then it would be okay to come here and work on it a little bit and make it better. But I liked mine, so I don't want to change, so I just made sure to blend it in. All right, so now I can see much better this forehead, and it already, to me, looks much more like him. So as I said too, he has more volume right here as we looked on the computer, right? It was missing some volume right there, and it was not the hair, it was actually some volume. So I'm gonna get a little bit of clay. I'm gonna add around there where I think, so it's more on the side here, where I think it's going to give me the right volume. So I also work a lot with my memory, but if you don't keep, if you want to keep the picture on the computer like I had, to make sure you added the right amount, go for it. I don't want to be changing my phone all the time to show you guys on the computer and right here. So if I need to change a little bit after looking better on my computer, then I'll do it. Right now I just kind of want to show you guys what is important to look and to pay attention at. All right, so blend it in. I'm just gonna do one side. I'm not gonna be concerned about the other side, even though it makes a huge difference. I won't be concerned right now. So this was something big. Also, his wrinkles here are very strong. And I'm not gonna work on the wrinkles right now, but I'm gonna put the basic ones, like at least these two, to give me a better view of his face expression, all right? So I can see it goes down here. So what goes down here is this is like the deeper, it's deeper here, and it kind of goes like this. So mine is too rounded here. So I'm gonna go deeper here to give this effect. And then up kind of there, kind of. Hi. Not here, what is there? Oh, somebody is not seeing it. All right, so there. And there's another one this side here too. It comes down here and here. Like if you want to see even better, what you can do is you go, I mean, if you don't need to do that, don't do it. It's only if you kind of need to see. So I'm gonna do it and I'll fix it after, but you don't have to do it if you can't see. But the volume here, it's kind of like this, see? It goes in and out. That's what's gonna give the right face expression here. Like that, and then you can kind of, it's not that yet, okay? So I'm doing this, not this. This is done. I'm kind of giving like a depth in here. It looks like that one because I'm doing strong so you guys can understand. So I'm marking there, and what I'm gonna do now is like bring it in a little bit and slowly let that shape show. And then round everything around it. See, now we have kind of like this and then here, but this here is volume, so mine is lacking some volume in there. I'm going to, because this trace that I'm marking here is shade of this volume, so this volume must be more rounded, not so flat, otherwise it would not give that shade. So I'm going to make it rounded. Sorry, I missed the chat. How do you do that? This was done all live classes. If you wanna watch the first lessons, you just go to the playlists and search for Sitting Bull Face, and you will see all the process. It was all done on live classes. All right, see? Now, hello, Caroline. So now, I'll show you guys the difference here. So this one I rounded to give that shade. So it gives like, and that's kind of like what makes him look like he's pressing his eye. And this one I just marked the shade, but I didn't put volume. Do you see the difference? I didn't add that volume here. So I added here, but I did not add here. So here is flat, and I just try to make the mark out of pressing the clay instead of giving volume here to make the shade. And look at the difference. That's not good. That's good. Volume that makes a shade here. Not volume enough to make that shade, and it looks like I just marked. So the volume here, when you want to show shades, you have to add volumes to justify that shade. Right? So this is very small details, guys. Very small details. If you can't do it, don't worry, you will at some point. Right now, it's just important that you know that. Just keep it in your head, you know. Observe it, let it in, and at some point you will just naturally do it. Like, oh, hold on, I made a mark here, but why is this mark happening? And it just happens. Just keep on working, and you're gonna get there. And I'm sure I'm gonna get better too. I'm sure we always can learn and get better. And then this wrinkle here that I'm doing just so I have a better idea on. If you want to add some more, you can, but I'm not adding wrinkles yet. Okay, so right now I can already see his face expression much, much better. See? Much better. I already like it, that part, a lot more than I liked before. Something else that I noticed also when I put the face on the computer was that this here is too rounded, so I'm going to remove a little bit of volume here on the sides. Make it look more like him. Clay items. This is polymer clay. I'm using PV Clay. It's a Brazilian brand, but other students are using different polymer clay brands. The best thing to do is to test different brands until you find the one you like the most. Some people even mix two brands to find what they want. I do have an Amazon front store. If you go to my website, www.julianalupine.com, and click on the products I use or my products or something like that, it's gonna take you to my Amazon front store, which is not my store. It's just a front store that Amazon offered me as an influencer to link the products that I use. So it's going to take you to other sellers that sells the products that I use. So I put some clay in there, I put some tools, I put the skeletons and skulls, those are my products, but it's linked to my store. So there is a little bit of everything in there. I also think my wrinkle here, it's kind of spreading more than it should, maybe. Some other details that, one big one that I noticed here still in this area is that this part of his nose here, take a look. It's quite thin right there, right in the center, and then slowly gets deeper. So I'm going to press mine in just on the top here to kind of give the same effect. Right there. Okay. And so I'm going to bring the wrinkles higher now, like I said I would. I think this one I already brought enough. I'm just gonna bring this one a bit better. Then we might have to add some volume to the lip underneath to be able to reach whatever is in there. We can add, there's more of this wrinkle here, see, around. Mine doesn't have enough. So this is even a smaller detail, like the mini details that we can add. So just adding some volume here to copy his face. And this is because we're working portrait, okay? Oi, Benildes. So I'm just blending in here. I have some Brazilian students showing up to this class. They're in both channels. I have another channel in Portuguese and this one in English. So there's some different classes on the Portuguese channel as well. There's a full class of Harley Quinn. I'm using both of this. I'm using this one now too, that is bigger. It's better to roll things. Okay, now I don't like that. I have to finish this much earlier here. I completely damaged my symmetry, but that's okay. I'm gonna do this side too because there's also some volume here. It's just when you do one side and not the other, it kind of looks weird. All right, so this is another small change that we can do. I don't know if you guys want me to show all the tiny little changes on his face or not, but another one that I noticed big is that his eyes here have much bigger mark right there, and that's also changes a lot. Obviously, if you're making a younger Sitting Bull version, then you might not have that big of a wrinkle right there. So we really have to look at it, because not all the students are making the same, using the same references as me. Sitting Bull lived for a long time, so you might want to make an easier one. I mean, an older one. So, not easier, sorry. It's nothing to do with easier. I don't even know why I said that. I was trying to read and talk at the same time, and then I say nonsense. All the changes? Okay, I will. So more wrinkle in here. It's just because I just worried that you guys are going to try to do the same changes on yours and you don't really need. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that sometimes the changes that I have to do is not the same as you have to do. So you really have to observe yours, okay? So I digged more. Let me just see if it's enough just because sometimes when you dig and just round here, it gives the volume need for justify this shade. And okay, just sorry, two people talked here, I couldn't read. So I was on your site and I see that don't deliver here to Brazil. What website were you? If you buy it from Etsy, I think I can deliver to Brazil. It's expensive though, and the dollar right now, it's really high comparing to reals. So might be a problem to some countries when the dollar is so high comparing to their currency. All right, so I'm going to have to add some more volume here. The same thing that I did to the eye. To justify that wrinkle so big, I'm gonna add some volume in there. So that justifies this big dip in there. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep on digging, 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 and it's still not gonna look the same. And I'm going to add more volume right here. Maybe more, can add more. Because if I look it in here, I can see there's quite a bit of volume right there. So I'm just gonna add more. This too, I got it at Lili Artesanatos. It's a Brazilian store. I talked to her, but she didn't reply me back, and it was years ago, and I still have it. She said she was going to check how to send it to me or sell it international, but she never got back to me. All right. And don't worry about not having perfect texture here, because we're going to make wrinkles anyway, and don't try to smooth out a lot, because you're going to end up messing up all the smooth out once you add the wrinkles. All right, so look at the difference now. I have volume there, and I just have a hole here and volume here. Now I don't know why I'm making this size instead of this one. It's just, I have no idea why I started doing this side. Well, then you guys know there's no difference really. It's just whatever you feel like it. Just add some more volume here as well. Hello. Nice. I'm glad you guys enjoy watching too, even if you're not sculpting along with me. But if you are sculpting along with me, make sure to send me pictures of your progress. Join our Facebook group, Juliana Lupine Online Classes, or make a story on Instagram and tag me, and I will share. Oi, Brasil. Meu país. Brazil is my country. My homeland. More volume here. And it's important to make this rounded. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's not flat. You see, it's rounded here. Right there. Okay. So I'm much more happy with the profile here. It might have turned out a little bit too rounded. Might have to flatten a bit here. Oh yeah, now it's better. Much better. Not this eye here. This eye is horrible actually. I have to work on this eye a lot more than I did. Because I was doing this side and I decided to put details on this one. Well, well, well. I'm sure you guys will figure it out. You guys are pretty good. You guys are all making me really, really proud with your sitting bulls. The ones that I'm seeing pictures, I'm pretty amazed. I'm not even joking. All right. So you guys see how much we changed here with adding tiny little things, making tiny little marks, and it makes a huge difference. So something else we could get going here is, I think in this picture, he's much older than in this picture, or maybe a little bit older. So we have to watch out to don't put too much wrinkles if we want to make him a little bit younger. It's hard to know because those pictures are so old and we don't really know, not always, not every place you find a picture, it just tells you when the picture was and how old he was. And it's not like we can find plenty of good quality pictures of him. So we have to work with what we have. Oh, interesting. Somebody sent me a logo of a YouTube play. I don't know how he did that. Okay, so that's already much more similar. I am much happier with that. Still not completely happy with his lip here, the bottom one. But getting there, getting there. All right, so something else that is quite different, in my opinion, is still here. Like you see, his cheekbone is higher than mine. I mean, not, it doesn't begin higher, that's right, but it finishes higher here. Let's see if you guys can see what I mean. Like, see, it's short here and mine is long, coming all the way down here. His is more right there. So what I'm gonna do is press it and bring it up this way to make it the mark smaller, and then round so you can't really see the mark so much. And with my finger or with the tool, I'll just blend it in to disappear with the tool mark that I made, and now I have a shorter cheekbone here. And I think his could even add more volume in this area here to make it more rounded. See, because his cheekbone is pretty well marked. I might be able to add some small volume in there. Right there. Be careful to don't come to this mark. This mark we already did and it's good. I mean, hello? I don't know, I put my phone to don't disturb and still it ringed. Can you guys still see me and hear me? Hello? Hello? No? Nobody can see me? Oh boy. Okay, so what happened is my phone rang. I put on do not disturb and it still ringed. I don't know why. Yeah, I know. I'm going to get out of this live and start another one. We have still, it's 35. We still have quite a bit of time for class. We still have 30 minutes class. So I'm gonna close this live and I will start a new one. So all you have to do is wait and check out on the channel that, on the YouTube channel, I'm gonna start the new live over there, okay? Sorry guys, sorry about that. I'm restarting a live here, another one.